Like Lulu, Sivir Lulu. Milio instead can cleanse out of the Skarner ultimate. Very good against the Skarner. I like this. Not many people playing the Milio right now. Lane for anyone's legend. Knight. Oh, Knight, buddy. You need to be very careful. Someone's going to walk through that. You'll see them now. He'll start the E. Stunned down. Oh, Knight in game 3. Match point. Goes for an emote battle against Hope and dies for
BLG. This game, so far so quiet, with the exception of the unfortunate level 1 debacle from Knight. Space driving forward across away from the blast cone. Tarzan, Cyclones are going to turn this one around. Space now flashing on out. Module coming on forward. That was a very awkward fight. Now they're in a 5v3. And they're losing 2 members. BLG, what was the thought process? Shank flashes over and disintegrates another member. Knight flashes out, finally turning up, but it's too late.
Why did BLG think they could take that fight? Because Flandre teleports back. Anyone's legend out macroing BLG across the series yet again.
They're going to interrupt that reset as well. That was so frustrating. Doesn't have another charge, so can't knock him up with the volcanic rupture, but that's the end of it.
Elk not being at that fight. BLG, this is just capping off a string of bad macro decisions. Bin has teleported up, trying to catch up. Flandre does have flash.
We'll get the flash off Flandre, but there's no ult on this. Ornn could be in a lot of danger. I think they can keep hunting for this. Bin going to try and make this one work to the skies. Flashes over at least some. Can't quite get the auto.
Flandre is going to die here. It's just a question of how quickly. Onn coming up, no one else on his side of the map. The teleport from Bin will buy them a chance to get the kill and the plates after.
Bin trying to get the plates. Elk takes a lot of the damage. Onn gets the kill. It's easier that way. And we'll give that one over. Not necessarily the greatest target, but hey, work done. You've got the grubs and a wave.
Elk asked for them to get more resources to Elk, give him a more playable game. Potentially, this is the start of it. First turret taken for them.
Not to come on over in retrospect. I think it would have been very messy and given more over.
Onn caught out again.
Potential danger, speeds himself up, begins to get the impaled. Tarzan caught out, gets cleansed out by the Breath of Life. Breath of Life now down. Knight looking for an angle, doesn't quite find it. Over goes Elk though, trying to find some moment. Hope really low. Elk had the flash at the back end of it though. As the heals come on through, can't quite secure the kill.
Knight used his ultimate onto the Wukong clone, which meant he didn't get to steal a Cyclone either. Now, it doesn't actually end up changing anything because it wouldn't have given him the gap close he needed all the same. But you can see once in the Super Mega Flat Kick.
Huge moment. Tarzan goes into the Warrior Trickster. Nimbus strikes forward onto Bin. Flashes out of the corner of the Forge God of his own. Second Cyclone. Misses the knock-up. Does Flandre awkwardly. But the stun afterward from the Incinerate brings down the Jace. Damage after though from Knight. Looking to find an angle. Impale on 3! Brings down Shanks. But the damage after not fantastic. Where is Elk? Trying to find some damage at the back end of it all as they've lost Bin as well. It's a great Impale, but the damage just isn't there. Flandre so tanky in the front line. Knight trying to get through a few more rotations. Looking for another engage. Misses the knock-up. Knight doesn't step into it. Isn't baited. Tarzan trying to step in himself, unbinds his soul with the Warrior Trickster, gets some more shots. Elk still free firing, but the Milio on the back end of it. Kyle is brought low. Knight now in danger as Hope flashes on forward. The boomerang blades, the ricochets, BLG out skulls. BLG out skirmish when it matters the most.
Old Annie, where your Tibbers does a lot of burn damage. It's actually fairly little at this point. Big moment here. Roots into Blast Cone. Onn sends Flandre out of position. And Elk and Knight just get to keep ripping through them. Big moment after this as Tarzan overchases onto Onto. Watch what happens here. So Elk ends up 1, 2, 3, and they're back on towards the Herald.
It's not stopping. Knight though steals the Cyclone, driven into the wall is Tarzan, trying to find his own angle, trying to tail away. That Herald will not do so. Tarzan low. Cyclone comes on through, gets the cozy campfire down. Breath of Life not quite up, but available. Shock Blast just wide. Elk trading onto Hope, who eats a lot of damage. Searing charge onto the corner of the wall from off vision. Won't tag Elk. True shot barrage wide as well, but BLG gets the Herald they came for and come out looking like finally they are awake. They're in the lead in the early game.
BLG finally get that early fight. The Ezreal for Elk, the winning bot lane for them. They need to prove they can do that if they were to close this out. In a 3-0, they get that dragon. And BLG, this is the worry.
The job's not done. You need to finish the job. Triple tap, keep Knight down, or this kind of thing.
This is what BLG were meant to do when they brought in Beige1. Beige1 is just there to steady the ship and make sure these players get to play like this. Beige1 jumping forwards again, providing a go button, forcing out the ult from Kyle. Self-CCing, self-cleansing himself. You can buffer that slightly. Hope trying to push in mid lane. He's not going to be able to take that much hate. Might be the case. Not getting one here. Anyone's legend. They've got a couple of monkeys to get off their back. And of course, BLG, they want to keep them there.
I'm not going to get the monkey into the back line. That might be the idea. The Cyclone from Tarzan will be important. Flandre has the ult stolen, flashes away. BLG never shy of pulling the trigger. Flandre in danger. Call of the Forge God. Empowered by all the AP. Flandre just about healed. Buying some time. Can he run far enough away? He can. But now Tarzan also backing off. get out alive, but my days, AL were sent running for the hills. Another TP to mid lane as the wave shoved it.
Kyle blows that heal and showcases exactly how much healing Emilio can do. Teleport to contest the Atakan on no flash now. Tried to use that to catch out Flandre. Not able to do so. Atakan started.
Because of the reset, the ult's burned. Anyone's Legend nowhere near in position to contest this Atakan. Elk trading out with Shanks. He was the one who TP'd mid again. Running it with the Ezreal to match this one. Flash in from Shanks, gets the stun, but it's buying some time into the Tibbers. Still trying to run, buy some time, get another arcane shift off. Can he get it? Does. Gets out safely. All the while, Atakan down to 1500 HP, taken by Beidwan. But the turnaround is brutal. On can't get the healing from the focus resolve. Under their tier 1, AL finally find a rebuttal after minutes of BLG dominance.
Elk, big mistake, trying to take the 1v1 versus the person with a point and click stun.
By himself here, across every ward under the sun. Knight, I don't think you can do this. The On the Hunt's coming. You have walked across 3 wards to make this play and have to immediately flash out. This is far too far. What on earth with this? He's a roaming lone knight, and he dies in ignominious fashion.
BLG do have the 3 grubs, though, and they will get an inner turret. If you can stop the recalls, I think BLG will still be happy with this. Well, okay, they'll be okay with it. There's nothing really... the dragon. Still BLG favored, but a reality check, as we like to say, that you can't just get away with fast and loose play like that.
Half until Dragon, Elk, and Beidwan 2-manning the Baron. It's off vision, they don't know.
I don't know, but anyone's Legend, it's not like they can really go forwards that easily. BLG wanted to force, they forced the teleport last time. AL, can they get close? Tarzan has Cologne, has Flash, but needs to get past the CC.
Forge Guard, just wide, but the Baron secured nonetheless. And they can look to go. That one I don't think was super mega flag, that was just best.
That one was just missed. No?
Again, not a third of Shank's HP goes down, you can't stand up and clear anymore.
Alex Ezreal, a pick to be feared. Not that far ahead of him.
He said 3 items. I'm going down a list here, and it's a little bit concerning to look at. The Baron doesn't break the base. This is only soul point. You can afford to wait some.
Yeah. Even if the Infernal Soul comes through, if you buy enough time for Sivir, it could be a huge difference. Tarzan still has the clone, goes into the Cyclone.
In comes the Call of the Forge God, but Bin's out of range. Let's get out to safety, sped up by the Karma. Damage back is pretty brutal as Tarzan kept alive by the cozy campfire, but doesn't really get to stay alive. He's gone for damage items, and it means he's not very tanky until that GA is completed.
Even with the Ornn items, even with the 3 items Sivir, can't quite get the damage down. The Karma actually having good value here from On. The Shurelius and the heal, keeping Bin topped up, and BLG escape what could have been a comeback fight for anyone's Legend as they try and utilize the last bit of their Baron buff.
Ornn just not tanky at the minute either, with only a Frozen Heart and Landing Despair. Things like this, Ezreal with the Shogun just chunks him through, really. That's without things like this Ezreal was available. Inhibitor turrets under siege in 2 lanes at once. Unable to stop the one in the bot lane, and the mid lane I think will shortly fall after. BLG looking for more. Flash for the Impale. Immediately Breath of Life, but I don't know how many Brawl Breaths they've got. The water is rising. And anyone's Legend are drowning in this game.
Knights jumping forwards for the call of the Fraud God as well. Maybe he'll hit it this time. We'll see. Maybe that's why.
Maybe every time towards the final inhibitor turret. The Call of the Fortune God, someone with a regular God. It's a bit of a battle of pantheons, of ideologies, and I think the Heretics might be winning it. Shanks has to back away, speeds himself up with the phase rush. He needs to back away, throws out an Incinerate that means very little.
Sivir was actually clearing the bot wave and then the mid wave. That's why they choose to take that time. 3 inhibitors down. Look, Sivir is pretty strong. I don't know if it's clearing 3 minions, 3 waves of super minions. Sivir teleport used. Was on wave clear duty. Again, has completed that Flame Horizon. And anyone's Legend, they're just saying, look, we have everything in Sivir back in. Knight looking for the engage.
Oh, it's a wonderful angle. The heresy of the Call of the Forgery God comes across. Flandre, though, trying to defend his Pantheon's rights. They try to get the engage. The Impale doesn't work. Goes Beidwan, they still bloody tanky. Sivir! Leash! They get rid of Beidwan. Jungler down. Knight now in danger. They re-engage on the Silas, who can't go in on the chains reforged. Trying to back door. The back door. Needs to get back on in. Elk trying to buy space. Flandre in danger. Elk also doing some work. On heals himself up. Hope throwing up the boomerang blade. Flandre gets a knock on a pin. Final Nexus turret falls. Kills off Flandre. Finally, Nexus under siege. Flandre and Tarzan must stop the chase. Will it matter? Can they stop him? For half the HP. Stunned up! Ben is trying! 10% HP! And finally he's brought low! The minions! Oh god, the minions! Surely they can clear the waves!
Hope carries the team fight! He was given all the gold and they take it down to the very end of the wire! A Dragon has taken Infernal Soul off the map! BLG might still run at the Nexus. They have just enough wave clear to stay alive here. On this 3rd game, Sivir gets a full build off of that fight. They play this as close to the knife's edge as possible. They use it.
Rough, and the problem is BLG still get the Baron, still bear the Nexus. Every structure not named the Nexus.
Sivir can try and keep them alive. Tarzan caught out on a flank. He's going to get ulted. Misses from Beitron. Wall stunned back in. Going back in for the play, though.
Comes the call of the force, got Beitron flashes away. They engage onto Knight, goes golden, but he's split up from the team. I think he's dead. They've got him again.
They've got him again, and they're not close enough towards the Nexus. The Breath of Light use another kill for AL. Swaiting, scaling, the strategist, the grand strategist of the LPL.
Legend find all the way back in. The Baron power play is negative, oscillating between next to nothing and actually losing money. That's a horrifying thought. The Nexus, or the inhibitor's still under siege. Call the Forge God trying to defend them. They don't want to give this one over. Elk hops away. Can they get in range? Elk in danger. Gets some decent orders. The exhaust, the redemption. He stays alive just about. All the while they have to back away. Knight gets the inhibitor in mid lane. They get the one in top as well, courtesy of Bin and Knight. And the attempted punish on the 3-man unit doesn't quite come on free.
Yeah, BLG take 2 inhibitors, and they do have no Sivir ult to worry about. Now Tarzan trying to catch out. Knight potentially had no Cyclone. Hope slowed down.
Tarzan in danger. GA still active. Loses 2/3 of his HP. Shanks eats a shot blast. This late into the game. The Jace is well a problem. The respawned Nexus turrets. Weaker, but there. BLG in the base, speeding themselves up. They want this now. Anyone's legend, can you hold any longer?
Hope regenning up with the Bloodthirst. They can't even take the break back towards the fountain. Skills shots landing, that could be it.
They're going to keep hunting. In they go. Tarzan hunts with the Warrior Trickster. A call of the Forge God again. Stolen by Knight. He misses the reactivation again.
Knight has been so off point in this series. Missing 3 on ultimates. Such an important ult to steal. Tarzan going forward.
They're going on top of base. Right, he's dead. Important pickup. Knight to the back end. He's on the next. But to what end? He's getting brought low. Kyle gets a kill. Big goes down. They're winning to find the base out. Trying to find missing shots. He missed one. Throwing it backwards. Hit by the Super Mega Flare Kick. Trying to play this one. But he's quite literally 1 versus 5. And he's not enough.
Anyone's legend hold the line, and Bilibili Gaming now with 4 dead with only on the game, but Hope with the full build Sivir trying to deliver anyone's legend to the promised land.
They can get through the mid lane turret.
When Knight's up in 10 seconds, he has teleport. He might go for the end. If AL overstay, this could be it. They need to recall now. Flandre on the Nexus. The Nexus turret's actually quite hard to tell whether they're up or not. Scary as hell. Bin getting some Poke down. Elk doing the same. The Inferno Soul helping. Hope is with them. That Sivir is everything for anyone's legend.
Elder down at half. Shirelius plus
Knight's going to the Nexus. Knight's going towards the Nexus.
Trying to get on top of it in the picture. Keep your eye on that as well. BLG trying to buy space. Tarzan, scary, but going down. Knight on the Nexus. Altering away. Pendra's high pass. You can think you can hit him. Call of the Forgery God when you can just win the game.
We go to a game 4. BLG stay alive. Knight doesn't hit his ultimate, but he does hit the Nexus.